We are well on our way into the holiday season, and I have the perfect backdrop to complement any festive look. And it is this gold shimmer wall kindly sent to me by UBackdrop. Now, I love shimmer walls because they're so beautiful and versatile. They go with almost anything, but I've had a storied history with them because they are so frustrating to me to put together and to set up. But this particular backdrop was completely different. It was very easy to set up and hassle-free. I'm not just saying that, you're going to see exactly how in the rest of the video, along with a final look with the shimmer wall as the focal point. The wall itself arrived in this box in individual panels. Delivery was quick, it took only about a few days. When I opened the box, I was actually happy with the color, the shade of gold. I didn't want it to be like that harsh yellowy gold, and it wasn't. This was a shade that matched really well with the gold balloons that I was using, so that was nice. I'm using the 8x8 size wall, so there's 64 panels all together inside of that box, and they were packaged together in groups of 3 just like this. So if you get yours, just know to open them up and pull them apart, and you'll have 3 panels in each package. The kit also came with some additional accessories to help with assembly and deconstruction. They came with these white gloves, which you can use when you're putting the wall together to avoid getting fingerprints on the sequins. It came with this metal roller looking thing. I didn't know what it was, but I found out you use that to unhook your wall when you want to take it down. Then it comes with extra sequins in case you lose or damage any. It also came with these hooks for some people who may want to put it on a wall, I'm assuming. And it came with the zip ties, which I'm actually going to use to attach the shimmer wall to my backdrop. Oh, and then also it came with this tool, which I'll show you later. You use this to actually put the panels together, to connect the panels together. It's a very interesting tool. The biggest difference between the other shimmer walls I own and this one are, one, the weight. You see, these are open. The back is not solid, so they're much more lightweight, and they have these plastic prongs instead of the metal ones. And the second difference is how the panels clip together. So I'm gonna show you how they're assembled. You won't have to use zip ties, you won't have to use those X-shaped clips. Instead, the connection points are built into each panel, so there's no extra accessories. Just like this, you have this little prong that comes out, and on the other side, you have the corresponding hole. And you can just use your hands. There's 3 ways you can do this. The first way is just using your hands and just pressing the prong into the hole. I think this is probably the fastest method if you're like me and don't want to waste a lot of time. You just do this with your fingers and get it done relatively quickly. The second method is to connect the panels while you're holding on to them in the air. So like, let's say it's not on a table, let's say it's already hanging up. You can just pop them in the same way by holding them up. And because they're so lightweight, this method is easier. On my other shimmer walls with the full back and the clips, there's no way I could do this. My arms would just get fatigued. But this one is so lightweight that I could hold them up and put them together and not be tired with burning biceps afterwards. The last method is to use the tool that comes in the box. This tool is formatted to fit on the plastic connector piece, and you just use it to push right down on the prong just like that, and it locks it into place. And the good thing is, once your connection is secure, it won't come undone, so it won't fall apart. I put my wall together by making panels, and because this wall is 8x8, I have 8 1-foot wide panels because each panel is 1 foot wide. So I line them up right next to each other in rows, and then I just connect them using the same method we just went over. This time I'm actually using my tool. I'll be adding it to this adjustable backdrop stand. I really love this stand because it makes it easy to set up any backdrop when you're by yourself. It's adjustable. It goes up to, I don't know how high it goes, it's definitely 8 feet wide. I know it's at least 8 foot tall and 8 foot wide. Really lightweight as well, and very user friendly. And I'm going to set up my shimmer wall in a way that conceals the actual backdrop, so you won't see the backdrop, like the bars on the outline of the shimmer wall. It's going to be hidden behind the shimmer wall. And I'll do that by using the zip ties that came with the kit. So I'm taking 2 zip ties to make a loop. I'm just going ahead and put one into the other instead of into itself. And then I'm going to connect that back around to make this loop. And that's what I'll use to attach the wall to the backdrop. And when I pull it tight, I'll be able to lift it up in a way so that it conceals the bar of the backdrop. But sidebar real quick, do you see how lightweight this thing is? just the fact that I'm able to lift it up by myself like that, it's crazy. But anyways, I put my zip ties on the back of the shimmer wall and made my loop. And I put the zip ties at not the very top row, but the row beneath the top. So if you see, well, it's actually like 2 rows down. So by doing this, I'm able to just slide the wall onto the bar, the crossbar, by feeding the bar into the loops that I have. And because the zip ties are lower, the shimmer wall is going to sit up higher on the bar so that it conceals the bar. So this is one way to do it, to make your loops with the zip tie in advance, to put them on the back of the shimmer wall and then feed the bar into the loops. Another way is to just make the loops with the zip tie while you're holding the shimmer wall up. You see how I'm doing here? So I didn't pre-attach them, I just put it on in real time. And I don't know if one way is better than the other. It's just all about your preference. And then making sure that you tighten each zip tie so that it raises up the shimmer wall so that it's not, so you don't see the bar at the top. So you see I'm tightening it, and then that raises the shimmer wall. And then of course, put your zip ties downward so that they won't stick out. And then from there, I'm bringing my 2 sides together. So I had a 4x8 and a 4x8, and now I'm just bringing them together by clipping them, and it's time to raise the bar. So if you're short like me, you might have to do it low unless you do it on a ladder. But the good thing about this backdrop stand is that you can do it low and then you can just raise it up. And you just do this by untwisting the area of the bar, and you raise it and then you tighten it back up and just keep going from side to side until you get it to the height that you need, which for me in this case will be 8 feet high. To keep your shimmer wall professional and glimmering, you want to do some final touches. You want to make sure that each individual sequin is facing down. So you see how like it's flopped over on the side. Just go ahead and adjust that and make sure they're down. You should probably wear your gloves when you do that though. I realized that after the fact. And then you also want to go back and clean them if you have the time. Clean any fingerprints off or any smudges that may have happened during the assembly. That's going to keep the shimmers reflective and really give that multifaceted look you're going for. And here is the final look I came up with. I feel like the richness and the reflectiveness of the gold and the shimmer wall gave me exactly what I was looking for in this holiday look. You know, it paired well, like I said, with my gold balloons, but also the other colors, and it just makes a big statement. Overall, it was extremely easy to use. I was very happy about that, and I wish I had used shimmer walls like this in the past. I feel like I would have been a little bit less stressed. I think the only thing that I would do differently with this wall is I would put a gold curtain in the back just to help with some of the transparency. I couldn't find my gold curtain for this one, but that's what I would do differently next time. But overall, I'm very pleased. I'm very happy with the look, and I'm very happy with the shimmer wall altogether. I think everyone should have at least one shimmer wall in their stash. It's the perfect go-to, and you make your money back by renting them out. However, if you want to save a few coins, I do have a discount code for you down in the description box if you would like to order yours. In the meantime, in the comments, let me know what you would like to see me review next. Until next time, peace.